On May 24, 2009, police officer Daniel Martin of the Oklahoma Highway Patrol was responding to a call with lights and sirens on when he approached an ambulance driven by EMT Paul Franks. Also in the ambulance was a paramedic, Maurice White Jr., who was attending to the patient. The ambulance, carrying an unconscious elderly patient, did not immediately yield as its lights and sirens were off to avoid stressing the patient. After realizing his assistance wasn't needed at the call, Trooper Martin pursued and pulled over the ambulance, with the encounter captured on his dash cam.
Now. There. Now.
Oh, you now. What's wrong?
What's going on?
No.
I'm talking to the driver.
No, I'm talking to you. I'm the medic.
You better get back in that ambulance. I'm talking to the driver.
I'm in charge of this unit, sir.
Okay.
My name is Maurice White. I'm a critical care paramedic.
I'm going to give you a ticket for failure to yield. And when I go by you saying what's going on, you don't need to be giving me no hand gestures now. I ain't going to put up with that shit. You understand me?
And I won't put up with you talking to my driver like that.
I ain't listening to you, buddy. You get your ass back in that ambulance or I'll take you in. I'm talking to the driver.
And if you would.
Come over here, Paul.
No, we got a patient in this unit right now.
Okay, you want to go ahead and pull over to the side of the road when there's an emergency vehicle behind you?
You were gaining us.
No, I wasn't.
You ran up on us quickly.
I did not run up on you quickly, buddy.
Yes, you did.
You better get back in that ambulance before you get your butt to jail now. You understand me?
We're going to get my patient to the hospital. You can take me to jail. We'll discuss this, okay?
Trooper Martin informed Mr. Franks that he would issue a ticket for failure to yield. Oklahoma law requires that vehicles yield to authorized emergency vehicles using lights and sirens. However, both ambulances and law enforcement vehicles are considered authorized emergency vehicles under state law. Although emergency vehicles may disregard certain traffic regulations when responding to calls, the law does not explicitly state that one emergency vehicle must yield to another. In this case, Trooper Martin believed that Mr. Franks should have yielded, but the statute is unclear on this requirement between two authorized vehicles.
Come here, Paul.
No. I've got a patient in this.
Get your ass. Turn around. Hey, you better turn around now.
It's a foul for y'all authority to assault
around.
You are assaulting me.
In this car. Turn around now. Turn around now.
Okay?
Yes, I am. Turn around now. Turn around now. Turn around.
I've got a patient.
Turn around.
I've got a patient. And you are assaulting me.
I'm not talking to you.
Yes, you are.
You turn around.
You are obstructing my patient.
You turn around now.
Martin, calm down.
Turn around. You better turn around.
My wife is in this car.
Y'all better back up.
My wife is in this car.
Back up.
My wife. Can you follow me to the You can arrest me. Follow me to Craig Hospital. Come to the hospital. Follow me to Craig. That's all we ask. Follow me to Craig. I'm here.
You said.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
I didn't see.
You get on. Get on.
No, we got people in there.
Yeah, you come on up to the police station.
Can you
follow me over there, please? Right. Go ahead. He can come. Just take my wife to the hospital. Let's get on. Just take my wife to the hospital. Take my wife to the hospital.
333, you close to break.
Go ahead. Highway patrolman, pull
Step for the 03, I'm over here on traffic stop. The ambulance over here to speak to Greg. You can get over here. Johnny, if you got anybody available, I need some help over here to Greg. No, you can't go right now. Get in there and take care of your pet. You're not running code.
The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals provided a detailed account in the 2011 case White v. Martin. According to the court, Trooper Martin repeatedly tried to speak with Mr. Franks and ordered Mr. White to return to the ambulance or face arrest. Mr. White insisted they needed to go to the hospital and refused, stepping between the trooper and Mr. Franks. Trooper Martin then tried to arrest Mr. White, shoving him against the ambulance, but Mr. White resisted. After a struggle where Trooper Martin accused Mr. White of obstruction, he called for backup. A family member of the patient began recording the altercation on a cell phone, capturing a clearer view of the incident from that point.
This highway patrolman pulled my ambulance over because these man we didn't pull over, and he trying to arrest the police, the AEMT from taking my mother to the hospital. Let's get this all on camera right now. Let me get the car number here. Tag number. Nah, I just got you some evidence, that's all. I got you some evidence, that's all.
I've been going hot over here to help the county out. You understand?
Yes, I do. Can you call us to the graveyard, sir? I'm getting in, Mom. Yeah. Do what your mama says. You were under arrest. Okay. You were under. I'll get in there. Press charge from him for assault and sabotage. Which is a state law. Hey, Mama. It ain't him, it's Preston right here. This one's trying to be all right. Now listen to me. I just told you you're under arrest. Get the patient to the hospital. My mom is in here. That's my wife, man. Come on. Talk to me. You arrested me in the hospital. That's handed at the hospital. That's what I told you, man. It's crazy, man. I'm not breaking no law. I'm not breaking no law. I just want my wife to get help.
After another trooper arrived, Trooper Martin informed Mr. White that he was under arrest. Mr. White responded by stating he wanted to press charges against Trooper Martin for assault. Trooper Martin then attempted to twist Mr. White's arm behind his back, but a struggle ensued. During the altercation, Trooper Martin choked Mr. White, holding his hand on his throat for over 10 seconds, even after Mr. White stopped resisting. The 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, in reviewing Mr. White's lawsuit, found that based on the Graham v. Connor factors, severity of the crime, immediate threat, and resistance, Trooper Martin's conduct could be deemed objectively unreasonable. The court highlighted video evidence showing Mr. White gasping for air while pointing to Trooper Martin's hands around his throat, suggesting a jury could find that Mr. White's Fourth Amendment rights were violated.
Here, Paul. Sir, I'm going to ask you to step back, okay?
Hey, this
Thank
is
you.
my wife. She needs to be at the hospital.
I understand
she wouldn't be in this.
If he wouldn't have come out here started, we could have been on the road about 5 minutes ago, partner. Now step back.
I'm sorry, didn't see you coming. There was vehicles in front of me.
Look, Paul, all I'm trying to do is over here to talk to you about it. All right? I didn't need your manager or whoever it is in the back and the paramedic, whoever happens to be in charge, to get out and start obstructing, okay?
I understand.
You understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
He's going to jail. Yes. You don't jump out and talk to a state trooper like that.
Yes,
You understand me?
Yes,
I don't care who you are. You're not running code. You're not running emergency, okay?
Right.
All right? I didn't just get up behind you, interrogate you, and turn on my red lights and siren. I've been going hot over here to help the county out. You understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
Anything, but I thought he said that he was down by the prison.
Man, we're going to get you onto the hospital here just quickly, okay? Hey, you're going to jail, you understand me? You are under arrest.
Okay.
You are under arrest. I'll get in there.
Press charges on them for assault and
Yeah, Paul. I didn't assault you. I told you to turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
Rico Martin.
Start 66 is 82.
Okay, stand by.
After Trooper Martin stopped choking Mr. White, the troopers and EMTs parted ways, with the ambulance heading to the hospital. Mr. White was not arrested or charged. Following an internal investigation, Trooper Martin was suspended for 5 days without pay and required to take an anger assessment, with officials criticizing his failure to allow the ambulance to continue to the hospital. On July 21, 2009, Mr. White filed a civil rights lawsuit and Trooper Martin countersued. The court denied Martin qualified immunity, and in 2011, the 11th Circuit upheld this decision. The case settled in 2012. Also, ironically, Trooper Martin passed away in 2018 after suffering a heart attack in the line of duty. On September 22, 2019, Loveland police officers responded to a report of a motorcycle crash inside a bar in Colorado. Upon arriving, Officer Paul Ash noticed Mr. Preston and his girlfriend, who had helped the victim trapped beneath the motorcycle. The officer then initiated a conversation with Preston.
Where is the bike at?
The bike's parked down
The
on
blue
the
one?
side. Yeah, the blue one there. We pulled it off.
Okay, you mind coming and talk to me?
I don't know what happened.
Well, you pulled the
I'm
bike
not
off
talking
him.
to nobody.
Really?
These guys saw what happened. I didn't.
Okay,
I'm
if you're not talking to anybody, you can leave.
Well, you can leave.
No.
You're dismissed.
No.
Can't leave.
We can't leave. I'm not leaving.
Okay, then come and talk to me.
No, I'm not going to come talk to you. I'm not going to come talk to you.
Police officer, man. Just
I know.
Did you
but I'm
pull
not
the
gonna come
bike?
talk
Did
to
you
him.
pull the bike
I'm
off
not
him?
going to come talk to
okay.
him.
That's
Did you pull the bike off him?
I did not.
Okay.
So
You just told me
it
you
has
did.
nothing to do with me.
Okay, you're free to leave.
Yeah, you're free to leave.
What's his name?
Preston. That's all I know.
Preston what?
I don't know.
Preston had the right to refuse to answer the officer's questions under the Fifth Amendment, which protects against self-incrimination. This means that individuals cannot be forced to provide information that could be used against them in a criminal case. In this context, Preston was under no legal obligation to engage with the officer or provide any answers unless he was being detained under reasonable suspicion or arrested. If an officer lacks reasonable suspicion or probable cause to believe someone is involved in a crime, they cannot compel someone to answer questions, and the person has the right to remain silent.
You got an ID on your boss? I'm gonna need an ID now. Okay. 177. I got an uncooperative witness. Come on over here.
Constitutional right.
I need to talk to you.
Constitutional right. No.
I need to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you.
You have to talk
I don't want
to
to
me.
talk. No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
Okay, you've
No, I don't.
inserted yourself.
I came down here to help them.
So-
I don't have to talk to
this is
anybody.
gonna go one of two
I don't have
ways.
to talk to anybody.
This is gonna go
I
one
don't
of
have
two
to talk
ways.
to anybody.
Okay, either
I
you're
don't
gonna
have to
sit
talk to
here and
anybody.
talk to me,
No,
we'll just have a short
no,
conversation,
no.
or I'm gonna
I
arrest
don't
you for
have
obstruction.
No, you're not. I'm not obstructing
You
anything.
are.
You're right here.
Okay.
I'm not obstructing nothing.
Okay.
These guys
Please
are taking
just-
care of it.
please-
The officer's threat to arrest Preston for obstruction was an abuse of power because Colorado law defines obstruction as using force, threats, or violence to prevent a law enforcement officer from performing their duties. None of these circumstances were present in Preston's case, as he had not acted violently or interfered with the officer's ability to perform his duties. Simply refusing to answer questions does not meet the legal definition of obstruction, making the officer's threat unjustified.
Just come talk to me.
No.
Okay, turn around.
I don't want to talk to you.
Turn around right now.
No. Nope.
Turn around.
Videotape this, Sherry.
I'm already doing it.
No.
It's right here.
No.
Turn around.
No, you're wrong.
Turn around.
My constitutional rights.
around.
I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to
around.
I don't have to ID myself.
Turn around.
He's being a
Turn
dick
around.
fucking
Put-
rubber cop.
No,
Yeah, he
he's
is.
not. No, he's
not.
I came down here to help.
Just back it up.
I don't know what
Back up.
happened,
Back
and I'm
up.
telling him that. I'm telling him that. I
Put
don't
your
know what
hand.
happened.
Put your hand
Why
behind your
does he
back.
want to talk to me?
I'm not telling you again.
You're being a little,
No.
Preston,
bit of a dick, man.
Put your hand behind your back
No,
now.
no, you're being wrong.
Put
If you
your
don't
hand.
put
You're being wrong.
He's gonna-
Videotape this, Sherry.
He's gonna get you if you don't put your hand on
Videotape
it.
this
Hey,
shit. What are you for? What are you for? What are you What are you for? What's the for? I have nothing to do with this. This is
obstructing justice. I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't have to talk to you. You did. That's my... Put me on. This is total bullshit.
I gave you plenty of opportunities.
No, I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't have to talk to you.
I'm gonna sit you up.
That's my constitutional rights.
I'm gonna sit you up.
That's my constitutional rights. This is
Put that knee in.
This is up.
Bring this leg in so you can sit down.
This is up. Ow! 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 Shoulders. You're with me.
We're coming to my car over here.
There's no reason for this. There's no reason for this. Get my phone, Sherry. This is up. Videotape this.
All you had to do was talk to me.
I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't have to talk to you.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't have to talk to you. I don't know what happened. He came over. We saw him down. I came to help him get his bike up.
Okay, and that's what I need to talk to you.
That's right.
So if you've
So
inserted
uncuff
yourself,
me and let me go.
if you've inserted yourself, you need to talk to me.
I don't
You are
need to talk to
obstructing
you.
an investigation.
I'm not instructing
You are
anything.
under arrest for obstruction.
I'm
and
not
now for
instructing you.
resisting.
I want to talk to your supervisor. I want to talk to your
I'll have a meeting with
supervisor.
the police department.
Right? No, I want to talk to him right now.
You can talk to him before you go to jail.
I'm not going to jail
Yeah,
for
you are.
shit. I didn't do anything. I helped the guy get his bike up.
That's why you
And
need to talk to
I'm
me.
obstructing. Let me go. I'll get in. You don't have to force
I'm
me
gonna double lock your cuffs.
You don't have to force me in. I'll get in.
Go ahead.
I'll get in your thing. Loosen these cuffs up, please. They're tight. Can we please loosen these cuffs up?
Just checking them, sir.
So the bike has been moved over there.
Yes, sir.
Yep,
I had
that's that
nothing to
blue
do
one.
with that. I came out to help my friend.
Okay, and that's why you needed to sit there and talk to me.
Yeah, well, I didn't need to sit there. And
Yeah,
talk
you
because
did.
I didn't see what happened. I didn't witness what happened.
Well, you obviously did because
I
you
didn't.
came out and helped him.
Yeah, but I didn't
So
witness.
that's
I don't
part
know
of
what the hell happened. I came down on my bike. My buddy's bike's down.
That's part of the investigation, and we need to know all about that.
You're wrong.
Okay, have a seat.
Please loosen these.
They are super loose.
No, they're not.
Have a seat in the car.
No, my left wrist is
Officer
tight.
Ash, do you want me to
Please,
check them? Can I check them?
please,
Yes, sir.
Please.
You're here?
Yeah.
I need statements from the guy in the blue plaid shirt.
Okay.
The guy in the black Eagles thing.
Okay.
He was the one who moved his bike over there, or was moving
In the
it.
Eagles jersey, moved it over there?
Yep.
Okay.
The officers, along with their supervisor, deliberated extensively about potential fabricated charges against Preston, during which they frequently muted their body cameras. However, brief unmuted moments revealed important details for Preston's defense. Officer Ash initially confirmed that bystanders had helped move the motorcycle off the victim, supporting Preston's account. After muting the cameras again, the officers ultimately decided to charge Preston with evidence tampering to justify their use of force. Preston sustained severe injuries, requiring a shoulder replacement. All charges against him were later dismissed, and Preston sued the officers and the city of Loveland, leading to a $290,000 settlement. Despite this, the officers faced no disciplinary action. On October 9, 2020, retired firefighter Joseph Garces was driving through Santa Paula, California, when he spotted shooting victim lying face up in a parking lot in a pool of blood. Realizing the situation, Garces pulled over, exited his vehicle, and began administering CPR. Shortly after, officers from the Santa Paula Police Department arrived on the scene, and the encounter was recorded on their body cameras.
Don't go to the car. Don't go to that car. Stay over here. Stay over here. Stay over here. Come over here. That's your car?
That's my car. I was driving by. I saw it. I'm a retired firefighter.
Okay.
I'm not a part of this.
We don't know anything about that. We see a gun in the car. You're not going there. Do you have your ID?
It's in the car.
What's your name?
Joe Garces.
Joe Garces. You got to relax, okay? We know you're helping us out.
Wait, but you guys aren't listening either. That's part of the problem. Yeah.
So I said we appreciate your being involved. Okay. We're just running.
That's his knife. I took it out of his pocket to cut his shirt off.
And that's your vehicle?
Yeah, I was driving north. I saw the lady. They were looking this way, and I saw him down, and I thought it was beer or something. Spun around and came in, saw the blood. She said they were calling 911. I screamed, has he been shot? And she said, yeah, as I was pulling in.
Okay.
Saw the gunshot wound to the side of his face. I did a quick check, found the gun in his waistband, rendered it useless, stuck it inside my car, grabbed his knife, cut off his shirt, and then you guys started showing up.
Okay. Did you,
And I
see,
started
any,
doing CPR.
did you see anybody running,
Nothing.
anybody
Nothing.
leaving the area, anything?
Not a thing.
Relieve him. Someone relieves him. Get a mask.
Not a thing.
Get this guy out of here, sir.
He's a witness.
What the?
Relax, okay?
Hey,
We
Star.
appreciate it.
Huh?
So I got a crime scene, sir. I'm a detective.
Yeah, and I'm here helping him, so step the off. Okay? If you're a good detective, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. You'd be taking care of your job.
Over here.
You. I can't get the out of here.
Get out of my crime scene. Rivera, get out of my crime scene.
What are you gonna do to me?
Get out of my crime scene. I'm gonna make you next time. Get out of my crime scene.
Come with me, Mr. Garces. Mr. Garces.
That's my.
Come with me, Mr.
Detective Chris Rivera ordered Mr. Garces to leave the crime scene, and other officers led him outside. Officers have the authority to secure a crime scene and limit who can be there to protect evidence. Although Mr. Garces was a witness, it would have been reasonable to interview him without removing him. However, officers are allowed to control who stays at a crime scene, so the detective's decision to ask him to leave would likely be seen as justified.
Yeah. You think you're being caught, that's how you act. No wonder people don't give you guys the benefit of the doubt. And I worked with you for 27 years. When do I get my car back then? Hey, tell them. Thank you for
Advise
teaching
clear
me
to
not
enter.
to be helpful, you fat piece.
You have to step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. I don't know who you're.
Oh yeah, so now you're gonna come over with me, huh? You're doing a really good job right now, aren't you?
I need you to back up.
You need to calm him.
I need you to back up. Come here.
No,
I got him. I got him. I got him. Come here.
No,
You need to understand.
hands off me. Really, the pain compliance? That's what we need to do. Because you don't like being talked.
What's his name?
After Mr. Garces yelled at Detective Rivera from outside the parking lot, Rivera approached him, placing his hand on Garces' shoulder. When Garces pulled away and used profanity to tell Rivera not to touch him, Rivera responded by forcefully grabbing Garces' arm and restraining him. For an officer's use of force to be constitutional, it must be reasonable under the Fourth Amendment, which protects citizens from unreasonable seizures. The U.S. Supreme Court has established that an officer's use of force should be evaluated based on the severity of the crime, whether the suspect poses an immediate threat, and whether the suspect is actively resisting arrest. In this case, Mr. Garces was involved in a verbal altercation and did not pose any immediate threat, nor was he physically resisting arrest. Rivera never told Garces he was being arrested or asked him to comply with any commands before using force.
Take it down a notch.
You can take
Take
it down
a notch.
Somebody here's not
Take
controlling
it
themselves
down.
into you.
Take a deep breath.
Don't be a hypocrite.
I've taken a deep breath. It's your turn now.
Yeah, don't be a hypocrite.
You want to talk like adults? I'll let you go. You
Okay,
want to talk
did
like
you
adults?
start talking to me like an adult?
Do you understand how I need to
Do
do
you
my
see
job?
what you're doing wrong?
If you know how to do this job and you have a badge, then you would understand. Now, do you want to
It's
go for
so
148
would-
if you
it's
have
so-
a badge?
It's so
Do you
would
have a badge?
Yes,
Are you
I do.
retired?
Yes.
Do you want to go for 148 for being in a crime scene? Just because sergeants at patrol don't know how to do their job, and you were a
You're
cop
saying
at
your
one time-
sergeant doesn't know how to do his job?
Take him. Turn him around. Where's your badge at?
In my Jeep, like I keep saying, but
Where
you won't
at in
listen.
your Jeep? Where at in your Jeep?
Hey, you will see it when you
Do
look
you
at the
want
front
your
of
car?
Jeep.
Do you want me to have to write a search warrant and keep it, or do you want to keep your car? Do you want to get home as soon as possible?
I'm not talking anymore.
Okay. Sink him in this car right here.
64. What's your first name?
Joe.
Joe.
Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Have a seat for a second.
Just so you know, I'm retired because of PTSD.
Got it.
Major anxiety problems.
Got it.
Being in handcuffs doesn't help me. And I know you guys got to do it. Keep away from me.
You got it.
He is accelerating this way more than I am.
I won't let him talk to you anymore. You want the windows down or anything? How
Can we
make
just sit right here with me, the door open? I ain't going anywhere, dude. You guys all know
I'll
where
sit
I
right here
live.
for now.
I mean, I know what you guys do. I mean, I did it with you for 27 years in Oxnard, not Santa Paula.
Right.
To have that happen, that's as unprofessional as anything I did, and a cop shouldn't lose it like that. You and I both know that.
Do me a favor, just sit here for now.
No problem. Well, they know that. I already told the first couple guys here that there's a gun on the floor of of the driver.
Okay.
Oh, dude, this is gonna freak me out. Come back quick.
I'll roll down the windows
I
a little
can't
bit.
stand this.
Okay. And what was your last name, sir?
Garces.
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 Okay. And you're detained right now, okay? You're
Yeah,
not
I
under
understand.
arrest. All right, man?
Yeah, I totally get it.
Cool.
Officer Rivera detained Mr. Garces, placing him in handcuffs in a police vehicle, but this may have been an unlawful arrest since Mr. Garces posed no threat or flight risk. Even if deemed a detention, it's unclear if the officers had reasonable suspicion. California law allows arrest for obstructing an officer. but verbal criticism is protected under the First Amendment. Since Mr. Garces eventually complied with orders, a court could find his actions were lawful and did not violate the obstruction statute.
Hey, Cap, can we get some decontamination for a guy in the back of the car here? He was doing CPR, got blood on him. I got the fire captain come over to decontamination. I don't know. I've been standing over here. This is the one that needs decontaminated. Cap, he has blood on him. Yeah, he's actually a witness, but he was doing CPR when we came up, and we had to.
Where's the blood on him? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably on his hands.
So I think afterwards, the other cop said to not worry about it. To I don't know. But.
I'm good.
Officers held Mr. Garces in the patrol car for about 15 minutes before Detective Rivera released him. Afterward, Mr. Garces requested medical assistance and was treated for a dislocated shoulder and torn labrum, injuries requiring surgery. No charges were filed against him. The shooting victim, Mr. Salgado, survived, and a suspect was later charged with attempted murder. On August 19, 2021, Mr. Garces filed a federal lawsuit against Detective Rivera and the city of Santa Paula, alleging civil rights violations. In March 2023, Judge ruled that Detective Rivera had qualified immunity, shielding him from personal liability for excessive force, but the lawsuit against the city and state claims remain ongoing. On July 26, 2017, Detective Jeff Payne of the Salt Lake Police Department attempted to obtain a blood sample from an unconscious patient at the University of Utah Hospital after a crash. Nurse Alex Wubbels informed him that she needed approval from hospital administrators before proceeding. Their interaction was captured on Payne's body camera.
I'm being threatened with to be arrested if I don't allow the officer to draw the blood.
Yes, please. So I'm going to arrest her. We have exigent circumstances for a blood draw on a patient that's upstairs. She is refusing, and my lieutenant says that if she doesn't...
What department are you with?
Salt Lake City Police.
Salt Lake City.
Which I'm sure you'll get to meet my lieutenant soon. And if I don't get to go get the blood, I'm taking her to jail. I'd rather not do that.
I'd rather you not do it either. We're all just going to be cool for a second.
Hi. Can you protect me? I've been threatened to be placed under arrest by this officer here. I'm trying to prohibit him from drawing blood on one of my patients who he does not have a warrant for.
If things still keep going the way they're going, I'm arresting her.
We can't protect you.
For interfering with a criminal investigation.
That
If he's conducting an investigation, it's obstructing justice.
Okay, I'm just being told what to do by my entire hospital.
And I'm being told what to do by my boss.
Okay, so
And I'm going to do what my boss says.
there's no reason that this has gotten as elevated as it has.
If he wants to arrest you, I'm not going to stop him.
He said if this guy's going to arrest me, he's not going to stop him.
Yeah, let's let it go.
That's fine. I'd love to get that right here.
Yeah. We're not doing one thing or another until House Soup gets here, yeah?
Yeah, and I've got more of my guys coming up, so.
This officer's trying to arrest me. He's agreeing with this officer. He needs to have a warrant signed by a judge that says he can draw blood. And he doesn't have
And there's
that.
also the laws that talk about exigent circumstances and implied consent law, which does apply.
Okay, I can have you talk to our private field.
Okay, well.
But until he says yes, we can't.
Okay, she's going to jail.
Why?
Interfering with a criminal investigation. Per my watch commander number.
Detective Payne threatened to arrest Nurse Alex Wubbels for interfering with a criminal investigation if she didn't allow the blood draw from the unconscious patient. However, Utah's statutes regarding interference with a peace officer and obstruction of justice do not apply to this situation. Since Payne wasn't attempting to arrest or detain anyone, and Wubbels was following hospital policies, it's unlikely she could be charged under any of these laws. Even if the blood draw was legally authorized, a court would likely find that Wubbels was not interfering, but rather acting in accordance with her employment duties.
This is coming from our leadership.
Okay, and it's coming from mine. But I either go away with blood in vials or body in tow. And that's my only choices.
What's up, Payne?
This young lady right here, right now, is not free to go about her business. Her watch command, if she does not allow me to go get a blood draw from a guy up in the burn unit, she's going to jail.
And I'm just trying do what I've been told to do by the hospital.
Where's the disconnect?
Yes, that's the cell
What's the
phone.
problem?
They don't want to abide by the implied consent law or exigent circumstances. They want it to be a search warrant.
So where's the lieutenant? He's coming in.
I've talked to him on the phone. She's talked to him on the phone. He was the first one to tell her that if I don't get the blood, she's getting arrested.
I don't know why you have to be so awful and threatening. I'm not here to impede
I'm
you.
just stating what will happen.
We can both say that, sir. I'm just a nurse trying to protect the patients and do what my hospital has obligated me to do.
Believe it or not, I'm trying to protect him too.
I have two officers now. Another officer here is threatening to arrest me.
They don't have PC.
Is this patient under arrest?
Nope.
He still says he's not under arrest. Do you have an electronic warrant?
No.
No to every single one. So hold on, Brad. So I printed this off. This is what I was told to print off. I have this. It says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. This is something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest. And neither of those things, the patient can't consent. He's told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest.
Okay, so I take it without those in place, I'm not going to get blood. Am I fair to surmise that?
Alex, you're not representing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea why he's blaming me. I'm just representing.
Why are you blaming the messenger, sir?
She's the one that...
Nurse Wubbels explained to Detective Payne that hospital policy required either patient consent or a warrant to conduct a blood draw. Detective Payne, citing Utah's implied consent law, claimed he could obtain the blood without a warrant. However, Utah's implied consent law only applies if the officer has reasonable grounds to believe the individual was operating a vehicle under the influence, which wasn't the case here. Therefore, Payne's reliance on implied consent was unfounded, and even if the law allowed such actions, it would likely be unconstitutional without proper justification or a warrant.
Yeah, but sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. Threatening a nurse.
Okay. No, we're done. We're done. You're under arrest. We're going. We're done. We're done. I said we're done. Okay, she can sit in my car while we're coming.
This is unnecessary, man.
You're right.
This is my department, and this is completely unnecessary.
I'm leaving now with her. Okay? Anybody who wants to prevent that, that's your option. He will be taking them.
Please, sir, you're hurting me.
Then walk.
No, I have no reason to walk.
Have a seat.
What is going on?
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Would you like to speak to this young lady?
Well, I need to talk to you first, and then I'll talk to her.
Okay.
So what's
They're arresting her for obstruction.
She's called people. They say no, she will not take me up there.
She absolutely will not.
Thank you. I have our privacy officer on the phone.
They're busy. Give them a second. Okay, let me chat with her for a moment.
Yeah.
We're breaking the law. If we're doing wrong,
Call
okay?
Tom Miller or somebody.
Listen to me. If we're doing wrong, there are civil remedies. What I'm telling you is we are not making a mistake. Okay? I've done this for 22 plus years. I know what the law is when it comes to search and seizure. What you have done, because your bosses are telling you to, has been to prevent this officer who was called out to do a job to do his job. That's obstructing.
When Lieutenant James Tracy arrived, he incorrectly claimed that Nurse Wubbels obstructed justice by preventing Detective Payne from obtaining a blood sample without a warrant. Under the Fourth Amendment, warrantless searches are only permissible in certain exceptions, such as exigent circumstances, which require a valid reason, like probable cause that the individual was intoxicated. The Supreme Court has ruled in cases like Missouri v. McNeely that blood draws are considered searches and require a warrant unless specific urgent conditions are met. In this case, there was no probable cause to believe the patient was intoxicated, making the officer's demand for a blood draw without a warrant unjustified. Arresting Wubbels for upholding her patient's Fourth Amendment rights was a clear overreach of their authority.
Is this person, do you know, is this person a resident? So we're trying to get blood from?
I have no idea. I don't even know who
It's another
he is.
problem, okay? So why are you involved in this?
Because
you don't have anything to do with it.
Because I'm the charge nurse in the unit that he was admitted. My job is to help understand what we're supposed to do
but
and how.
You're not trying to understand. You're trying to tell us no. That's all you're doing. Because he's going to tell me what your policy is. And I understand what your policy is. I'm trying to tell you what I need legally. Okay? And your policy right now is contravening what I need legally.
The officers detained Miss Wubbels in the police vehicle for about 20 minutes before releasing her without filing any charges. Later in 2017, Miss Wubbels reached a $500,000 settlement with Salt Lake City and the University of Utah, resolving the matter without the need to file a lawsuit.